How's it going? Good morning. Welcome to my weekly cosmic weather forecast where I sit down with my cup of tea and invite you to do the same as we discuss the upcoming cosmic weather events for the week as they relate to astrology. And I'm talking about the week of August 20th, 2018. We have a lot to cover. We start out today on Monday with a Sagittarius moon. We actually have a lot of Sagittarius and Pisces coming through this week, which is really dealing with the higher chakra system, the higher chakras as they relate to human consciousness. This is the higher octaves of understanding the realms that we are wading through. Basically, we are in the midst of Jupiter trine Neptune today on Monday, which I actually didn't talk about in my last video. And Jupiter trine Neptune is very powerful. Jupiter, which rules Sagittarius, which is the explorer of the zodiac. Sagittarius is the seeker of higher knowledge and higher truth. Sag goes on the expedition. It is associated with foreign travel because Sag is really looking for the place where the horizon meets the sky, where this world drops off. Sag wants to run to that place and leap off of it and find out what comes next. So this is symbolic of the afterlife as well. Sag wants to know what happens when I leave my body. Who created my body? So Sag goes to other countries. It goes as far as it can. That's why Sag is associated with someone that you can't pin down or someone who can't commit. It's because Sag is here to be released from commitments, break out of its cage. It goes to other countries. It wants to learn other languages, try foreign food, touch foreign textures and textiles, and expand its awareness out of the very limited lens created by the circumstances that it was born into. Sag inherently understands that this is very narrow and it wants to expand its awareness and try all the different flavors and see all the different colors of the world. And it starts to connect the dots by looking at natural sciences, looking at biology, astronomy, astrology. It wants to look into nature, at these systems that are governed by some invisible force, and then it wants to understand what that force is. So Sag is the philosopher, and then it becomes the teacher guru, because on its quest, this travel, this journey, as it collects talismans and information, it then begins to share this information with others on the trail. So this is Sag. Jupiter rules Sag, and it's trining Neptune, which rules Pisces. So Pisces is the afterlife. So when these two are working together, you can see this symbiotic relationship where Pisces is the knowledge that Sag is playfully seeking. So when we are experiencing this transit, which we're in the middle of, it started on the 14th and it ends middle of this week, or it tapers off rather. We are really exploring, expanding in our higher knowledge. So it's like we are an eager student in the front row of a very intensive, rigorous course with Spirit as our instructor. And we have laid out our notes on our desk and we are like, okay, what do I have to do? What do I have to study to find the answers, to find some healing, to find some solace, some understanding for these questions that are burning in my consciousness? And Neptune is retrograde, so some of the things that have been coming up might be long-standing, repetitive patterns, these things that are coming up. And we might have reached a point where we don't know where to look other than within and above to understand what's happening. So yes, Monday, Sag moon in the midst of this very Sagittarian transit. Then we'll have the moon go into Capricorn. Now when the moon goes into Capricorn, it's going to be there middle of this week. Capricorn moon is going to transit and conjunct Saturn, Pluto, and Mars. Boom, boom, boom. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So if you've been watching my videos for a while, we talked a lot about Saturn, Pluto, Mars, and Capricorn earlier this year because they were all kind of hanging out together. They're very kind of boring, serious stoic little cocktail party that they're having together. And then they drifted apart, and now they're coming back together. So the moon is transiting this, and you might be wondering, where did the days of leisure go? You might remember this far off distant time when you were able to relax and play and things were a little bit more lighthearted, and that's because they were, because Saturn was in Sagittarius. Since Saturn came into Capricorn, things are a lot more serious. When Saturn was in Sag, that's when everybody was spontaneously traveling and going to the festival and going on the vision quest and la-di-da. That's what it was for. And it's not that we can't still travel, and it's not that we still can't go to the festivals, but when Saturn is in Capricorn, if what we're doing and what we're giving our energy isn't ultimately tied to and supportive of our long-term goals and responsibilities, there can be a sense of guilt, unease, anxiety, or a sense that you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. So if you've been feeling that, this is why, because Capricorn and Saturn in Capricorn and Pluto in Capricorn and Mars in Capricorn is all about becoming the adult, taking on the responsibility, committing, seeing the damn thing through, and getting it done. And we still have so many planets retrograde. So if you feel like you've been pushing, and it's not getting off the ground, I feel you, I see you, it will happen, and actually, it's gonna start happening because Mars is gonna go direct, thank God, coming up, so don't worry. But this is the time, it's the time to work. The holiday will come, you know, but this is the time to really stay focused. So then we're gonna, speaking of focus, then we're gonna have the sun enter Virgo on Wednesday. So we are leaving behind Leo month, bye Leo month, and we are headed into Virgo month. And Virgo is one of the hardest working signs of the zodiac. It is about practicality. It is about analyzing our life, deciding, could this be better? Virgo is all about adjustments and saying, here, let me take this thing of yours that's not working because it's dirty and old and ridiculous, and let me replace it with this new thing that's more functional and upgrades your life. So whatever area of your chart Virgo rules, that's where you're going to be experiencing for this entire month. It's a time of organization as well, this detailed organized look at your life and deciding this needs to go. This is like clutter and it's not working. You're going to be looking at your day-to-day routines because Virgo is routine. So it might be, a Virgo adjustment would be like, I've been waking up at 8 o'clock in the morning and I always rush and I'm always forgetting things and I'm always late going out the door. I'm deciding, I'm making the commitment, I'm going to set my alarm an hour earlier, and then I have time to do yoga and I have time to enjoy my morning tea, and my entire day runs more smoothly as a result. So it's these type of adjustments and upgrades. Then we come to our finale of the week, our Pisces full moon on Sunday. So Sunday full moon, sorry guys. I think that this brings up a lot of the themes we talked about in the beginning of the video because we're dealing with Neptune again. Pisces in its highest expression is total alignment with the divine or our higher self. It is cosmic consciousness. It is all one consciousness. In its lowest expression or its lowest octaves, Pisces is totally lost. It is the bad trip. It is lost in the sea, adrift in cosmic consciousness where there is the daydream, but also the nightmare. So wanting to be aware of how we channel our energies on this full moon on Sunday the 26th, Pisces has very little energetic boundaries. It's the sponge. It absorbs its surroundings. It's very sensitive. So possibly wanting to be intentional with what we do on Sunday, wanting to take advantage of this very powerful day, particularly following the Jupiter trine Neptune transit, I think that there's a possibility to really receive some very powerful upgrades and downloads. And during this full moon, we do have Venus square Pluto. And we're going to have some squares to Venus in Libra all week because of the moon in Capricorn. So this is going to be bringing up finding harmony and balance within our relationships. And because of the square to Pluto, this might be stirring up some scorpionic themes, manipulation, control, power struggles, looking at power dynamics within relationships, looking at the way our relationships function energetically, feeling like we might be energetically drained by some individuals or not being honored by some individuals, and working out the way that only Libra can, coming to a place where we lay down our swords and we seek this balance and understanding. Possibly through this transit of Venus and Libra, you've seen things from a completely different point of view. Libra's great for that. Seeing it from a new perspective, seeing it from the other person's perspective, and finding a place in the middle between both perspectives, finding the truth therein in the center. So best of luck with that, guys. I think that this full moon is also about recognizing that despite how focused we may need to be right now on our commitments, if we take the approach that everything in existence is created by spirit, then nothing exists outside of spirit. So we don't need to compartmentalize aspects of our life of this is spiritual and this is not. Or when I'm at work, and then afterwards I go back to my life and I can be spiritual then. We don't need this separation, because if everything is created by God, then it's all spirit. We can just play in, we can wade around in this matter, which is all spirit and it's all divine and it can all be spiritual, and we can spiritualize our commitments, and then we're really living the dream, the moving meditation. So I think that we can look at it that way. And whatever you happen to be doing on Sunday, enjoying it from that perspective, finding the higher calling through it all. Yeah, I think I'll stop there, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I think I will probably do a full moon video if I can. I've definitely been slammed by this Capricorn energy. I've never been so busy. So I'm going to try. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please do like and give it a share. If you would like to reach out to me for a reading, you can do so. I will put my email down below. All right, guys, I will see you in the next video. Have a great week.